Tyler, give us a sense of the stakes as the arguments are delivered.
Yeah, hey, Joe. So we're just about a little over 2 hours into the oral arguments today, and it does appear that the justices may be casting doubt on the Trump administration's argument. There are two central questions at the center of today's hearing. One, does President Trump have the legal authority to impose tariffs under IEEPA, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, because it's never been used in this way before? And two, if he does have the authority, can he do so without congressional approval? And it is that latter question that appears to really be at the forefront of the justices' questions today. Many of them are asking the Solicitor General just this. In fact, we're hearing the Solicitor General, who is representing the administration, try to distance the administration's argument away from the fact that tariffs can be used as a revenue raiser. We're going to keep hearing this come up because revenue raising sounds a lot like the power of the purse, which sounds like it would fall under Congress's purview. Instead, the White House is trying to make this all about foreign actors and national emergencies. The other part of this is that in order to invoke IEEPA tariffs, the president had to declare a national emergency, and we're hearing some of the justices question whether or not those so-called reciprocal tariffs enacted over this national emergency, according to the administration, of persistent trade imbalances, meets that legal standard for an unusual and extraordinary circumstance in order for there to be a national emergency. There's a lot still to follow here in this case, but Joe, we heard the plaintiffs argue that the administration could have used other tariff powers, and that might become even more pertinent depending on how this court case goes. We know the administration is preparing these other authorities like Section 232, those national security tariffs, and we're not expecting the levies to go away. But Joe, I'll leave you with this. About 60% of the tariffs so far implemented this term are tied to IEEPA, so this could have some pretty sweeping impacts.
Boy, it sure sounds like it. Tyler, can you give us a sense of what we're hearing? We're obviously on TV and radio here, but it's a pretty noisy situation behind you. How many folks have turned out at the court for these arguments?
So there is a crowd here against President Trump's tariffs. We know that this court in particular has some weighted circumstances when it comes to presidential authority, because while the Supreme Court has ruled on an emergency basis around President Trump's policies before, this is the first time the court is hearing a case related to his actual policy that would have long-standing impacts. This is a longer-term case, not just an emergency ruling. So that's really significant here as we look at the broader circumstances, but definitely loud out here in front of the Supreme Court today.